Hello everyone. So I'm changing things up this week. I've pulled 3 cards and I have 3 clarifiers from a different deck that I will use. And then of course I have your typical oracle card over here for advice or guidance. So let's get started. We have the Page of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the High Priestess. Starting with the Page of Wands. Pages are very youthful. They are the youngest out of court cards. Wands is all about creativity and passion, intuition, innovation, creation. There's a lot there. So this is a message. Pages often are messengers. And if you're getting a message, this is just part of your story. So I'm going to look and see. So we have a messenger card here. A message regarding, your intuition, I think. Like, what's to come. We're not all knowing, but we do know certain things at certain times. You get a feeling, and even if it's for a fleeting moment, that, like, okay, things are going to be kind of crappy for a while, or they're going to be really good. You kind of get a hint, intuitively that something's going to change. So the Page of Wands is hinting, and I believe in this case it is talking about intuition. Because your Five of Swords, it speaks of conflict. But fives are all about conflict, change, obstacles, So things are going to change. So you may be going through a period of where you may have conflict with people or a person. It may be a specific situation. And this is definitely going to be, with the swords, it's going to be a conflict of miscommunication or arguing, that kind of thing. And you might be up in your head about it, especially if this is a situation where it involves somebody that's close to you, friend, family member, or significant other, whoever it is. It's always more difficult when we fight with people we love. We don't want to fight with our friends and a family and things like that. Nobody wants to do that. Get tired of it. But sometimes these things happen, and I don't know what the situation has, what's going to cause it. For some of you, it may already have happened. Maybe you guys, were out hanging out and somebody said something and that's all it took. Somebody might be a little bit more sensitive right now. There could be something going on personally with that person, or maybe it's you. And maybe we're taking things a little too personal, one side or the other, or both. And instead of being defensive about it, like, hey, the Page of Wands is like, trust your intuition here. If you sense it's going to be like that, then there is a chance that you can prevent it. Or you can make it less difficult. So, Swords is all about thoughts and communication. So the first thing you do is try to have positive thoughts about it. It's going to be hard, but if you're irritated, like, try to keep yourself calm and thinking clearly. And it's important to have compassion and be understanding. Somebody got upset. If you did something that upset someone, be like, hey, what's going on? Let's talk about this. Okay, I apologize for it. I didn't realize that hurt you, and I'm so sorry. Let that person know. If you really care about this person, you don't want to fight, like, let them know. Sometimes sorry is the hardest word to say. So there's going to be conflict somewhere in here. And it could be that you're upset with somebody too. So like I said, it goes both ways. Then you have both people upset. Nobody wants to deal with that. But my High Priestess is telling me something here. The High Priestess is she knows. She's highly intuitive. She's hiding secrets and things like that. But when I say secrets, I think that she just has a lot of inner knowledge. But the High Priestess for me is really, this is a huge intuition card. This is about, hey, you psychically know that things are going to be okay. That Page of Wands is like, this is a message given to you, like, hey, beware, like, you might have a rough patch with somebody, but the High Priestess says it's going to be okay. If you're a High Priestess, you know what's coming, and you know how to deal with it, and you know it's going to be okay. Or even if you don't know how to deal with it, and you're worried, like, I hope I'm not going to... We all have anxiety, right? Most of us do. So, it bothers us to have conflict with others sometimes. Sometimes we're not very confrontational, or we don't want to have to deal with all this, but if you can find a way to talk it out, work it out, then do so. The High Priestess says it's going to be fine. So let me put some of these cards out here real quick. Page of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So we're still on Wands. I'm going to put this on top of this so you can see it. And yeah, path. Okay. The Eight of Wands is, you can see this message is barreling at you. Like, yeah, something's going to happen like suddenly. It's like, it's unexpected. You know, we never know when we're going to step on somebody's toes or vice versa. Or we never know when something big could happen in our life. Big or small, we can be affected deeply emotional, and then we can take it out on other people, or they can take it out on us. It's going to happen. So it's hard. You don't want to argue with people, so don't. This Eight of Wands here, this is that energy is coming at you. I mean, look how fast this horse is running towards you. I mean, it's coming right at your face. So this energy, Eight of Wands is about this energy coming towards you, but it's also, Eight of Wands is also about communication. It's so funny. That means you're going to get a message. With the Page of Wands is a messenger. So you're literally getting a message about your intuition. And this just, that clarifier, I mean, I can't get any more clear. The Eight of Wands is making it real clear that you're getting a really big message here to, hey, you know, pay attention, be on alert. This is going to happen. Don't think it's the end of the world. It's not. For the Five of Swords, we've clarified with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands can be about patience and waiting and delays and things like that. So with the Five of Swords being like challenges and conflicts and obstacles, yeah, it's an obstacle. And what are these things? When we get challenged with something, when we have an obstacle we have to try to get around to get down our path, what do we normally call that? Like if it takes a while, we call it a delay. So the Three of Wands being a delay, I mean, look at this guy. He kind of looks like he's angry and wanting to yell at somebody, just in my opinion. But whatever he is, he's not happy right now. He's mad, you know. He might want to whip somebody with those wands. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to run the gamut of emotions. And the Three of Wands just means that this is going to kind of be a little bit, it's a setback, you know. It's a delay. It's an obstacle, you know, a rough patch. I've mentioned all the key words, and you know that just means like, yeah, of course you're going to have a fight and you may argue with this person. And what that means is that the two of you, you know, you may come to blows first or something over a miscommunication, but you're going to work it out. Try not to come to blows if you can, but you know, people get angry and you got to let them cool off. So, give them time. And that's all you can do. You both need to cool down, give each other time and space, and then work it out. The High Priestess says it's all going to be okay. And so, funny thing, I have the Page of Pentacles as the clarifier here. A page and another page. A page is a messenger. And Pentacles can represent a lot. I know you'll see a lot of readers talk about Pentacles being money, you know, things like that. Not in this case. Pentacles is a foundation, though. It's earth, right? So, the Pentacles for me it represents a lot more than just making money, like work and career and, you know, things like that. For me, Pentacles represents relationships too, because they are the foundation. You got to have solid ground, you know, when you form a friendship, you're forming a foundation with family, with friends, with a significant other. So these are important relationships. So this is a message about the relationship that it's going to be okay. So, and you know, if you don't normally have a big fight with like a friend, this is like your bestie or something like that. Yeah, it sucks and it's going to hurt and you're going to feel bad and then you're going to work it out and you're going to feel so much better when you both work it out and you're going to want to hug each other and it's all going to be good. Everything's going to be great. You know, and like I said, friend, family, or loved one, like romantic or however this turns out, whether it's you or them, you know, it's going to be all right. If it's already happened and you're kind of worried about it, here, this message, like, look at this. You've got the message, you've got the clarifiers, just telling you, hey, it's okay. This happens. Sometimes, you know, the road gets a little bit bumpy for us. You know, when we're going down our path, we meet people who are meant to be in our lives. And, you know, the ones that if you really love somebody, you're going to get more upset when you fight with someone you love. And, you know, you're going to want to work it out too. Especially if both of you love each other and you like your relationship, you don't throw it away. Anybody who just throws it away, were they really your friend to begin with? Were they really your partner to begin with? You know, I could see that happening if both of you didn't really know each other, then you wouldn't, but I don't think you would get as mad, you know, but you'd be surprised. People's anger and rage is kind of way out of control these days. So I feel like this, though, this is probably with a friend or family member or something like that. It's with somebody you love, but it's going to be okay. And your oracle card, number 8, the path, the path. I'm going to try to move this out of the way so you can kind of see it. I'm going to push that down. And it says number 8 at the top if you can't see it. So with that, let's see, waxing crescent 6 for those of you into the moon phases. I don't deal with the moon phases as much. I'm not as big as into astrology. I don't know as much. But I'm trying to learn. It's going to take a while though. But this says the path. And that's right. Sometimes the path, and you notice that she's in a rocky area. So I said the path gets bumpy, but rocky is another word when your relationship with somebody, you know, hits a snag and you have a fight, things get a little rocky for a while, and you see that she's got a path to climb out of it. And, you know, up here, it's like this beautiful grass field and some clouds. It looks like a beautiful sunset. You know, when people walk off into the sunset and they're happy, it just seems like a more peaceful, I mean, not this seems kind of, it's rocky down here, and I like that it's nighttime with the moon and the stars, but instead of focusing on that, what I want to focus on, that's rocky and it's dark. People do feel dark. It can feel dark when things are bad. So if you climb out of that hole and you work things out, communicating and working things out is going to put you in this little field of peace. The Elysian fields, whatever you want to call it. But you're going to be you're just going to be in a better place with each other. And it'll feel so much better when you do. So this is just part of your path. It happens. It's going to happen with the people. And things like this will really determine who's in your corner and who's not. So if something like this ruins your friendship or family relationship or romantic relationship, it wasn't that strong to begin with, you know, and that's not always your fault. If people are either invested or they're not. So, you know, good luck to you guys. Don't worry. It's like a storm. Storms always pass. So don't worry too much about it. Just communicate and just talk it out, hug it out. It'll be okay. I hope that's helpful for those of you going through this right now, or if that you're going to go through this. Let me know in the comments how you worked it out. Until next time, guys.